Leasafric is the only regulated leasing company in Ghana. You know, some way back 2012, the leasing companies were asked to recapitalize their operation to the tune of 10 million Ghana cedis. So after the exercise, Leasafric was the only company that was able to capitalize, so making it as the only fully capitalized bank leasing company currently in Ghana. So we'll say that it's the only leasing company that is being regulated by Bank of Ghana. But the issue we have is, apart from the fact that it's the only leasing company that's regulated by Bank of Ghana, there are also other leasing companies that are actually not being regulated. So that makes it a little bit challenging for Leasafric, because you are competing with non-regulated other companies. So as a regulated leasing company, there are certain things you cannot be able to do. It's no longer business as usual. So, but the other ones that are not regulated probably can do things the way anyhow they like. So it has its own advantage, it has its disadvantage. For me, the advantage I have is, credibility. As an investor comes into the country and needs a leasing company, of course you meet any of the government agency, or you meet Bank of Ghana. Please, I need a leasing company that I can work with. Of course, you are sure that they will call Leasafric. But the only challenge for Leasafric is, yes, you are being regulated, but you see, there are certain things you cannot do. You must do things the way it should be done. But you see, the other ones that are not regulated, maybe the smaller, they may not be as big as you, as Leasafric, will also somehow structure things somehow, so you see that the competition becomes a bit stiff, or become a little bit tough for Leasafric. That's basically the thing. So in terms of competition, that's there. So, but you can say, you don't really have a competitor, because when it comes to that space, it's only you. But if you also look at it the other way, you have a lot of competitors, because there are a lot of people that are doing leasing, because basically operating lease, you don't need bank of license for you to do operating lease or fleet management. But because but for you to do finance lease, you need Bank of Ghana. So most people can just say, okay, I don't need to do finance lease, they just do arrange operating lease, which is more or less like car rental or whatever, and they do it. So that's there. Then when it comes to the car rental aspect, of course we have quite a lot of competitors. You have the AVs, you have the Yo car rental, you have the Novo, you have there are quite a lot of Atlas Rent a Car. There are quite of other rental companies around. But for Leasafric, because Leasafric is already a big player in the area of fleet management, it gives them leverage, so it's a big company. So also for the fact that you also have a parent company in Nigeria that is also big, so it also gives you a leverage, so you can easily compete. So for that aspect we have. Then you now come to other products like personal outsourcing, and these are areas we are just coming up. They are quite new to us. So there are already established players in that industry, but we are trying to establish ourselves. Then also the staff busing too. There are also areas that there are already people who are playing in that industry, but we are also trying to establish ourselves, in that sector. So, but I would say that fleet management is the area that we have strong presence as far as Ghana is concerned, because currently as a leasing company we have over 1,000 fleets across the country, which is huge, and we have most of the top multinational companies working with us. We are managing their fleets. So the company is I would say that is big, and then also in terms of competitors, while we have the competitors, but we still have a large aspect of the market. But the only challenge we have, like I mentioned, that the challenge we have in terms of regulatory restriction, because you are regulated. There are certain things you cannot do. But why, which your competitors can do. But for the fact that you need to adhere to corporate governance, you need to adhere to certain standards which they may not be able to do. So that itself is a challenge.